Hi guys. Well, let me adjust this. We're going to try something just a hair different. A few minutes ago, I finished this with you guys, showing you the instant background. Let me hold this up. There's some shadows going on. And then I went to go stop and upload. And ta-da, the video had been cut and just cut the last part of it. So I'm going to try to do this a little different, and we'll see how we get. I'm going to go ahead and redo this with you ladies, just so that I'll see if this works and you guys can see how I did it. So I took out two tags, a big one and a small one. And then this is the glossy Collage Page, but I liked it just because I don't even know why. Oh, actually I do. I got it on deep clearance. I believe it was at Hobby Lobby. And I've never had it. I got it. And so now I'm using it. I don't want that on the back. And it dries a lot quicker. And gives it a completely different texture. So what I thought let's see, I'll do it a little different. This is the one I did that had the embossing powder on it, and I want to make sure I'm on the wrong side, because this one I did and I had it mirrored backwards, which looks cool, but it wasn't my intention. So I'm going to just line that up, and I'm going to go ahead and do both of these at the same time, because I know that I want two of them if I'm going to try to duplicate that with you guys. And I'm going to do it quick. Oh, that might be just a hair too much. The last video that we were doing, it ended up, I think I worked way too slow and I talked way too much. And the next thing I know, I was at 40, I'm going to say like 45 minutes or something. I got a mess. And I think that's probably what my problem was. And then all of a sudden, wham, my phone cut off, and I'm just going to go ahead and whack this right off out of here. I'm telling you, I love this tissue paper and being able to just make my own background collage. I'm just going to try to whack it out of here for time's sake. This pink just gives it this great wallpaper looking. I'll cut up here without cutting my tags. I'm going to go ahead and rip. And give this a good push. And it's kind of like making a masterboard, but it's only out of tissue paper. But if you can just see that immediate bam, there it is. And wait until I hit it with distressed ink. It just so makes it really vintagey. You'll be able to see, hopefully. Hopefully this is, I got the bright lights. Put that back in there and keep it wet. See if I can keep my head back out of the way. And this one I didn't trim the edge. And this one I'm going to just really get in there and get it nice and dark. Okay. Trying to work a little bit faster than I did. But I guess it already helps that I did that one already. Kind of have an idea. And I'm just hitting these lines, those creases. Look at that. I mean, it just pops everything right out. And this is just vintage photo. Really get in there. And I'm going to lightly hit those creases just to kind of really drive that point home. Can you see the shoe, the embossed shoe on there? I think that turned out so cute. Look at that. Bam. I like that on this whiteboard. I should get something. Well, I like my cut and mat though. Okay, so that was my point with the tissue paper. I mean, you know, you lay it down and you already have an instant background. So when I did this, what I had done is embossed with, oh, I do have two. I had embossed with glitter embossing on the tissue paper. But then I realized that if I wanted to make a pocket, I needed to sturdy that up. So if you're thinking ahead, you would just, I would just go ahead and stamp on, this is just some pink paper. Then that way it saves you this step. But this tissue paper is by no means strong enough to hold another tag. So if I'm going to do two of them, we'll do two at once. This one I think looks like a better one. And I'm just ripping this around. And once we glue it down, that goes away anyway, so I'm not too worried about. And I like the weathered edges myself. Look, I have a mess. Okay. So then I just took some glue and glued it down. Do two of them, so we'll just go ahead and pull that out. That should be plenty. One and two. And then I didn't fuss too much because I'm going to distress it. So just kind of a really quick down and dirty fussy cut, because I want to give my ends really dark and grungy, so just quickly do one. This glitter embossing powder was kind of a challenge to emboss on the tissue paper. The solid embossing powder did really well, but this glittery stuff, because, I don't know, maybe because it has glitter in it, and the tissue paper is so flyaway, okay, that it was hard to hold and emboss it and get it all melted. It's the, this glitter. I don't know if you can see with the shadow, stamp and stuff. And it's really glittery. I think I got that online, probably Amazon or something, a while ago, but yeah, it was a trick doing just the tissue paper. It'd probably be easier if you did it on like this heavy paper that I'm doing right now. It's not cardstock, but it's a better paper. Gives it some substance, and then that way you don't have to worry about it flying away. And gives you something to hold on to where you didn't burn your fingers. So there's one. And I really struggled, ladies, covering this background up when we were supposed to be doing that one together. It just wasn't coming, because I'm like, oh, that is just so pretty, I don't want to cover it. So it took me a few minutes to figure out which direction I wanted to go with it. I'm probably not even in view. I just noticed. So then, see, look at how pretty that is. And then covering it, I mean, and that one has a shoe. We could do something a little different. No, you still would cover the shoe. Well, maybe we'll do this one a tad different. Okay, so on this one, it's the tag within the tag that kind of slides, and then together it all, in my eye, looks pretty cohesive. So maybe here we could do something like that. Okay, so if I use kind of the same materials, it'll go quicker. I used that, and then I used this, just some old tatting, which I love, one of my favorites. And then this is some old vintage green, which really matches with that green. And then this teeny tiny little old vintage trim. I love this one too. And then what else did we use? This one with the flowers. Where did it go? I think in this bag right here. Yep. This here. Okay. So we'll kind of do the same theory, but maybe just a little different. And I'm going to heat this up right quick. Not much, so it's going to be loud for a minute, but I don't want this curled. So if I just heat it. Kind of acts like a little iron. Don't want to leave it on there too long, you'll melt it. Okay, so let's just start layering this stuff up. I'll put a bead of glue across here. Yeah, I was so bummed when that last video for that one was gone. I was like, no. Okay, so what did we decide? That we were going to do one on top and one on bottom? Yeah. Okay, so if we put one like that. And then we need this one, and this one too is curled, so let me see if I can keep this just a sec. Okay. I just love, 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 love the way that this turned out. I don't even know if I've said that enough, but this, and I'm normally not into like pinks and pastel-y colors. So when I pulled that pink out, that pink tissue paper out, I was like, oh, I wonder how this is going to look. And then just pairing it up with the earthier greens and that burgundy color, it just made it look right up my alley. Like my eye can see that. So, okay, so if I put that there, it's going to kind of cover that shoe up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this bottom to about right here because I want it to be my pocket. So let's make sure I didn't go too far, because that needs to go in there. So I want it to be about right there. I'm just going to wipe that piece off. I don't want it sticking itself right there. Okay, so now like so. See, oh yeah, and then that will poke out. Okay. Okay. So if I do that one there, we could put that tag here, which will kind of drape. That could be cool. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead. So everything's going to, I'm going to flop everything from here to here. So let's see. I put that there. And then the kind of the flower offset it. And then if that goes in there, okay. So I'm gonna go right to that corner. And then to that corner. Okay. And then I have this pink rickrack. So just finish this edge off right there with it. Okay. Now, do we want this under, over? I'm thinking like that. I'm just going to go ahead and glue this whole thing down. You could probably, depending on how you want to layer this, could make it another, you know, tuck on that side or tuck on that side. So if we go something like that. Okay. Now I need to bring that over. So we'll do the same thing here. I should have looked for some of the green, that color green in rickrack, because I was thinking that when we were building that one, that could be really pretty. Whoop, don't want to curl my lace in there. And then that would tie some more of the green in. Okay. So that's how we're looking so far. Loving it. And then, let's see. Where are, there they are. These are just some plastic half-back pearls. And I found it was easier to space them if I put my glue here. On that, then I knew when I pull these little sticky things off. Okay, hopefully you can see that and there's not too much of a shadow. I'd say every time I put my hand down, there's a shadow.
Hi there. How can I help?
Okay, that was weird. My iPad went a little crazy. So we're at 25 minutes. I better get going. this is what happened last time. Okay, so I have these little silk flowers, fake flowers, and I just cut the base of them off, or the wrapper, but left enough on so that the flower stayed, and then just give it a good squish so that it would go flat. And then I have this red color book, and it actually colored those nice. Oh, look at, I just stuck my thumb in the blue. So I'm trying to hurry. Okay. And I just hit it just enough to give it, you know, the color that I'm after, instead of the solid white. You could leave it solid white if you wanted. But I like it. It looks like a two-tone. And then with my distress, with my distress sponge, just to kind of dull that white down. Again, you don't have to. Just enough to okay. Add a blob of glue here. And then this is some weird, it's not really burlap, but the color is perfect. It's kind of a off pink. And I think I might move this up because, don't want to stick that. Because I like how that is showing through there. So what if I move it up? I think so. Just add some glue. I'm sorry, I'm trying to work really fast. So I'll be bummed if this video turns too long. Okay. And then I'm just going to squish those down. Now, I do want to carry these down here because I like those. For some reason, I think they belong down there, just so that they don't get hung up somewhere. So we'll put one here, and one here on the end, like that. Okay. Yeah, see, I like that. Okay. And then we take the green. So it's not identical, but it's really close. I mean, at least it would match if you're using it in your I'm just going to poke this through. I'll bring this up. And poke it. Okay. See, I really like that color. So you can continue and add. That tends to be my problem, not knowing when to stop. But look at there. How cute are those? Instant backgrounds using tissue paper. Possibilities are endless. So I hope I've inspired you to pull out all your tissue paper and your stamps and get to stamping. See what you come up with. I'd love to hear your ideas. Thanks again. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I have the links to our craft Facebook pages. They'll be put in the description below. If you're interested in joining us, we'd love to have you. And I'm gonna get off here so I don't lose this video. All right, I hope everybody has a great night.